home again. This is home. My home. God, I miss this place. I need to be here. To just close my eyes and squeeze everything out so I can breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out to the cosmos. Just breathe, baby. I love being home. I love. I lust for it. Love's the only thing that can make you aware of what's really not happening. I'd love to climb the highest peak, stand toe-to-toe with the universe, and slowly drink in the clouds. I'd love to. But instead I'll fall in love with the waitress. The one who puts the extra gravy on my fries. I'll say, waitress who puts the extra gravy on my fries, I love you. She'll stare at me for what seems 19 seconds and say, I love you too, but I've got to clean up on table 6. That'll be that. She'll slap the bill down with have a nice day, staring at me, mocking me. Have a nice day, that's it. I was there for you, I gave you your tip, I touched your hand, we connected, you're throwing that all away for what? The tip? It was the money all along, come on, tell me. You're just some kind of common food whore, some kind of tan-trash salad slut. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I still love you. What I'd really love is another cup of coffee and maybe a slice of that pie. Slice of the pie, that's all I'm asking for. Big chunk of destiny cake. Hey, waitress who puts the extra gravy on my fries, listen up. The man with the plan is talking. It's like this, see. I'm hungry for some Chinese. So let's start with some spring roll with the punches. Move on to an order of deep-fried mushroom for improvement. I'd like to follow that with some egg foo young again, and I'll be washing that down with a glass of ice and cold water under the branch. For dessert, I'll have a fortune cookie monster dipped in caramel. You are my chow mein gravy woman. You like junk food for my soul. I got to leave you a tip. If you love someone, set them free. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, track them down and really hurt them. Make them pay. It's all a lie, you know. The whole thing's a lie. Love, roses are red, violets are blue. I can't love myself. I sure as hell don't love you. Gravy woman loves a battlefield, and we're just war heroes.
If that's what romance is, I won't have anything to do with it. Just deal me out.
Yeah, well, love's a 4-letter word. Me, spelt twice. Do you love me? You're damn right I love me. It's you I can't stand. I don't mean you personally. I just mean everyone in my comfort zone. Oddly enough, my comfort zone's the size of the planet.
No one's gonna love you if you don't at least like yourself first.
Love. Love's a Disney flick. And the last time I checked, it was selling $145 a share. Skip the personals and go straight to the business section. Who needs Cupid when you've got a broker?
For a person who seems to hate affection, you sure talk about it a lot.
I talk about it because I know the truth. It's not love, it's money. Only person who loved you would buy a policy with that many zeros behind your name. Love's so confusing. What's double indemnity? Oh yeah, you're not in love, you're just betting on a fucking horse.
Okay, I'm going out on a limb here. I think you're a little bitter. In the Army, we call this an isolating incident. At least that's what I think.
I think that's why everyone cremates their spouse nowadays. I mean, who needs a memento when you have a piece of the rock? It's funny, but venereal disease is the closest I've ever come to love. At least it's the only proof I have that someone cared for me. A guy I knew got herpes once. There's a commitment. think someone who loved you wouldn't give you a communicable disease? They'll give you in-laws, debt, a lot of kids. Gee, no pain there. I've only really loved one thing in my entire life. Heroin. And I mean love, right down to the bone marrow. And that's everyone's argument. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't be a drug addict. Well, first of all, I'm not a drug addict. Let's get that straight. Second of all, I don't have to love myself. Heroin does that for me. And you know what? I don't care what you think. Oh, look at the loser. He's on drugs. He's a waste of space. Well, maybe, just maybe, because I do drugs you won't. Maybe I'm here as a lesson. I'm not an addict. I'm a hero. I'm destroying my life to save yours, so don't you ever call me a loser.
Geez, you make me want to go out and sign up. Do you guys have a recruiting office? You know, be all that you can be. The few, the strong, the stoned.
Okay, who are you talking about here when you say you guys? Junkies?
No, I'm talking about the circus. What do you think? Yeah, I'm talking about junkies.
Okay, let's talk about them. But I'm not a junkie.
Who said anything about you being a junkie? I'm sure you can stop anytime it wants to.
Look, drugs aren't my problem. They're my solution. Mine. It's my way of dealing with the bullshit that you're a part of. Don't be a good little consumer. Help stoke the machine. Well, I'm sorry. I won't be a product.
So I'm a product. Yeah. Just a package of grade A marine mass produced to protect your sorry keister.
You're so predictable, it's pathetic. Anytime someone's trying to be different, they're wasting their lives. Well, great. I'm wasting my life. Stop wasting my time.
Wasting your time? Look, it's not the dope. I don't care about the dope. You could be snorting sea rations for all I care. It's the people. They're the real casualties. You use the drugs to hide your pain. What do the people who love you use?
Well, oddly enough, the people who love me are the source of my pain. Maybe if I was raised on a trailer park by a couple of cousins, I'd be a redneck like you. Unfortunately, I was raised by dear old mom and dad. So I use the drugs to stop the screaming in my head. You have to be wired to live in that household, especially during the alcohol holidays. Thanksgiving Day was a 4-day binge. My father would be sitting at the kitchen table half cocktailed with this look on his face. Oh yeah, time to shoot me some pigeons. It wasn't pumpkin pie I smelled, it was the pungent odor of hate. Oh, you're supposed to be surrounded by your loved ones, sure, but I felt like a crippled dolphin in a shark tank. Hey Ma, can you pass the mashed potatoes? Oh, smash it yourself, you little twit. Great, Mom, then I assume that asking for the stuffing would be a mistake. Just then my sister lunges over the turkey and punches my brother-in-law square in the jaw. Oh yeah, they're right, there's no place like home.
You know, I remember the holidays growing up, and I have to say none of those things happened in my home. I'm not saying it was all Norman Rockwell, but I'm in this man's army, and I think you might have seen more confrontation than me.
Yeah, well that's love, divide and conquer.
No, that's the formula for loneliness.
Everything is a formula for nothing, because that's what you end up with. Nothing and loneliness. You give, they take. You try to understand, you just end up confused. They say they'll never leave while they're packing up the truck. No matter how hard you try, you can't win, because you already lost.
If that's the way you really feel, then the only thing lost is you. No one's going to give you anything you're not willing to sacrifice. Anything worth having is a risk. And until you're willing to put your heart up on that altar, you're the only loser.
It's funny, you army grubs have all the answers. I mean, you're told when to eat, when to sleep, when to lie. So don't get all spiritual on me. What are you going to do? Make me get down and give you 50 Hail Marys? No one joins an army to save their country. They join to save themselves. Be all that you can be. Well, if that's all you can be, I'd rather be nothing.
You're right. You are right. I'm nothing more than a number. Just a single person who at any given moment would sacrifice everything. Give up my life so you can live yours. And I'm not asking, I don't want to take anything from you. All I want is what you're willing to give.
Give? What am I willing to give? Well, how about you give me a break? You're the one off playing Rambo. I didn't ask you for anything, so don't lay this guilt trip on me. And how do you come off calling me a loser? What are you running from? The only one with more air miles than you is Roman Polanski. I'm killing myself. You're killing other people. My drug is heroin, yours is violence. We're exactly the same. You're just screaming at a mirror.
A wall! I'm screaming at a wall! Why didn't you build one so big? Your drugs aren't to hide the pain. Your drugs are the mortar that holds the wall up, brick by bloody brick. You probably started building that thing when you were a boy. What happened? Why are you so angry?
Okay, this is getting weak. What the hell do you, or anyone else for that matter, know about me? Hi, how you doing? How you been? Oh, can't talk, gotta go. Everyone's just out for themselves, so that just leaves me. So why don't you leave me alone?
You are alone. It doesn't matter where you go or who you're with, there you are. And that must just drive you crazy, doesn't it? That there you are, hiding behind all that crap. And all you want is for someone, anyone, to say that you matter. That you're not alone. You're not a junkie, you're an irony.
Oh, you're like Mr. Profound, aren't you? You remind me of Nick Adonis from the Beachcombers, only you're salvaging humans instead of logs. Hey, Jesse, there's a crackhead. Pull alongside him and I'll hook him with the New Testament.
Do you want to hear something profound? How would you like to know what you were going to do with your life before you could talk? Actually knew how you're going to spend your last moment on this earth before your first kiss. When I saw my father in that uniform, my whole life, I wanted to be a soldier. To be like my dad, that's all I can remember. To come back a man who stood for something.
Okay, I get it. You're a hero and I'm a loser. You know, I just realized you couldn't possibly be the unknown soldier. I'm pretty sure you're the kind of guy who's got a publicist. You're special, is that your point?
I never came back.
What are you talking about?
I was killed in action. 4 days into a mission, I stepped on a landmine. I never came back.
Look, I'm really stoned right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're freaking me out! So, let's just deal with our own little issues here, okay? I'm a wreck, that's a given, so who am I to say you're not dead? I mean, you're the guy who said you could be whatever you want to be. Given the choice, I'd have picked King, but hey, you want to be dead, you go be the best dead guy you can be.
I was walking points in a small village, just doing some cleanup. I heard someone call my name, I turned to look. That's when I stepped on it. The blast sent me flying backwards onto some civilians, and I landed right on top of this girl. She was so beautiful. She had eyes as green as a forest and a smile. Her smile took away my pain. I didn't have to look. I knew my legs and most of my right side was gone. I didn't feel a thing. The medic just stood there. So I asked her name, and she started crying. And get this, I told her everything was going to be all right. The last thing I remember is me floating over that angel. And the worst thing isn't that I'm dead, it's fine. The worst thing is, I don't even know her name.
Okay, I'm out of here.
It's weird, but all those stories are true. My whole life, every second of it flew past my eyes. I saw everything. I felt everything, all the things I did. When I was 15, I went to the school dance. I ignored my brother, pretended not to know him. He was kind of clumsy, he had no friends. Well, anyways, I ignored him to impress some girls. He was humiliated. I felt it.
Yeah, great, right when you get work.
Are you listening to me?
No!
Everything
I'm not listening to you! You're out of your fucking mind!
Everything! Something as small as holding someone's hand, or smiling, or just listening, keeping your mouth shut long enough to hear them. Just hear them.
I don't care about any of this. I don't care. If I hugged my Aunt Simone in 1960, I don't care. If she was a basket case, if she was traumatized, it's not because I wasn't there for her, it was because she was an idiot in the first place. I'm the idiot for having this conversation. Let's do a recap, shall we? First, you're dead. Second, you're dead. Let's skip a whole bunch and go to number 180. You're dead! You lost all credibility when you said they cashed in your organ donor card. You come up with all these answers. There's only one really important question. How the hell am I talking to a dead guy?
You're dead, too.
Well, welcome to your psychosis. I'm not dead. I'm just really high. I'm going to come down in a couple of hours and you're just going to be a painful memory. In fact, the next time I get stoned, I'm going to kill the brain cell you're hiding in.
I saw the tunnel. All the light. It was incredible. It felt like home. That's the only way I can describe it. Everything I am was immersed in this living light. I wanted to just let myself float into it. It took everything in my soul not to. The love. You can't believe the love.
There, right there, I call bullshit. If I'm dead, how come I haven't seen this light? Where's my life review, huh? Not that it was much of a life to begin with. Where's my tour of the tunnel? And to your right, it's your great-great-grandfather. Yeah, right. It's a load of crap. So God only saves the journey for everyone except IV drug users? Yeah. Bite me.
I was this close. This close. And when I saw your pain, I turned my back on forever so I could be with you. You have to go back.
I don't have to go back. Because I never left. Not for one single second has anyone ever treated me like I mattered. I've lived my life in a storm. Every once in a while I'd reach for the beach, pray to some 12-step higher power, beg for some calm. Well, this calm is just the eye of the storm. So technically that makes your God the fucking hurricane. So this grand scheme you talk about, you can believe in it? For me, it doesn't exist.
When you look at yourself, I wish you could see what I see. You shine. You're as bright as anything I've ever seen. Right now, you see what you feel. Nothing.
Feel? How the hell do you know what I feel? You know nothing about me. Don't have the slightest clue how I feel. You talk about feelings all you want. I don't feel like it.
You haven't felt anything since you were 6, remember?
Shut up.
Dad, the way he treated you?
Shut up.
When he made you stand out in the snow because you lost your winter boots?
Okay, who told you about that?
Your feet, but he made you stand.
Okay, stop this. I need to
have nothing and be nothing because he treated you like nothing.
Shut up!
To have your family watch as he beat you.
Leave me alone.
And then when he drank, I
can't remember. I need to.
You need to what? Hide? Escape? Get wasted?
I just
You need to remember or nothing will ever change. When he stopped hurting you, you started hurting yourself.
I don't remember.
Remember, no one protected you. Not even your mother.
Leave her out of this.
A mother doesn't turn her back on her child.
That's not what it was like.
Then you tell me what it was like.
We went to the lake once.
What was it like?
We went to the lake once and me and my dad had a race. We had watermelon. We went fishing.
That never happened.
It did. And my mom, she made these sandwiches. There was lemonade.
Don't do this.
The fire. I remember the campfire. We had the whole grounds to ourselves.
Why are you protecting him?
It was the best time ever. You should have seen us. I mean, Mom and Dad dancing, everybody laughing.
It's not your fault.
If I could just remember.
You can't remember because it never happened. Your father took away your childhood. He just erased it from the books.
I don't think they can do
No one protected you. They couldn't. They were too busy protecting themselves. God, your mother was just trying to survive.
If nobody saw, if I
You ended up protecting yourself. A boy. Just a boy hiding in the dark because you broke a glass.
I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
You're still that boy. That same child hiding in the dark.
Maybe he won't see me.
Part of you's always been that little boy. You never grew up. You just hit in yesterday. It's not your fault.
I don't think he liked me very much.
It's not your fault.
You look at me, his eyes, I would be so scared. Everyone at the table knew I was going to get it, even my mom.
I know.
He would jump up and grab me, throw me down and start hitting me. I would say, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I did. I'm sorry.
I didn't do anything except be a child.
I didn't do anything, but he still hit me. He would hold me down. I was 6 years old. Somebody stop that! When he came home, everybody knew. I tried to hide it. I'd look at my mom and she'd be crying. It would be so quiet. All of us, my brothers and sisters, just waiting over the smallest thing, but it was always something that fucking coward! I hated him so much. I used to dream I was old enough to kill him. You imagine that? 6 years old and I wanted to shove a knife through his heart. I would dream that. I should have been dreaming of summer. How could someone hate their son that much, I was a little child. Why? I just want to know why.
When he saw you, he saw what he could have been. What he would never be. Your father couldn't love himself, so he couldn't love you. He didn't know how.
My father hated me.
Your father didn't know how to love.
Then why the hell have me? Give me away. Put me in the back of the fucking milk carton. I don't care. That was me he was hitting. Me.
It still is you. Never stopped being you, no matter how much pain there was. First you hid in your room, then you hid in your soul. You always fought for you, and that's what really pissed your father off. He would beat you, but he could never break your spirit. Do you remember that little boy?
Oh, God, I was a tough little pecker. I'd take anything he'd dish out. I mean, I was a little kid, but Christ, I was tough.
Listen, I have to go soon. My time's up. I lived my life. I had my chance. I was sure I was going to die an old man in my sleep. Sure that I was going to love one last time. I've been sure of a lot of things, but none more than this. You're something really special. I wouldn't be here if you weren't, and you've always known that. That little boy should know that too. Why don't you tell him? Tell him so he knows he's important. That he's going to be okay, that he can close his eyes and go to sleep. Tell him it's okay to dream again.
What do I say? I don't know what to say. I can't. What do I say?
Why don't you start by saying you love him?
I do love him. He knows that.
Tell him.
When I was running, I wasn't running from you. It was from the pain, all the hurt. I'd do anything to take the pain away. I couldn't handle it myself. Anything. I wasted my life avoiding the truth. I did anything that would take the pain away, and what took it away was heroin. It's the only thing that stopped him. It stopped his voice, it stopped his words, his fist. Heroin took all that away. Took all that away, but left you behind. I am so sorry I left you alone. I didn't know. I just wanted it to stop. You were so beautiful. So fucking perfect. Every time I thought of you, I wanted to rip my heart out. So perfect. Even with a swollen face and tears coming out of those blackened eyes. You're my angel. You waited alone in those memories, in that hell. You waited alone for me. I love you. And I'm never gonna forget you. You never had a chance, but maybe now I do. I don't know how I feel, but I know that I want to live. Something that you never did. Can you do me one last favor? Can
Could he what?
Could he,
He deserves to hear it.
What I want to ask is, can you take him out of that dark? Don't leave him there.
I won't. I'll look for him.
And you take care of him. I mean, if anyone's ever mean, you're gonna...
No one will hurt him.
I've got to go now. We're gonna be okay. I know you're gonna be watching over me. And anytime I'm lonely, I'm gonna think of you, because I know you're gonna be surrounded by friends who love you. You never had the breaks, the chance to be a kid. So when you get there, build a tree for it. Scrape your knee, just be a kid. I love you, kid. You take care of yourself. Goodbye.
I have to go too.
What about me?
What about you?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You really only have to do one thing.
What?
For the first time in your life, be yourself.
Will you remember me?
I will.
Will I remember you?
I'll see if I can't borrow some wings from time to time.
You mean like a guardian angel?
I love you, kiss.
I never told you mine.
Goodbye, old friend. Okay, let's see. We made a promise and we're going to keep it. I remember a little boy who used to always hide in the dark because he was sad. Do you remember me? We would sit alone and you would whisper your stories. Don't be afraid, it's me, Anthony. I can see you. You don't have to cry anymore. Listen, we're going to this place. All you have to do is play. You're going to have lots of friends. Can you call me Tony? Sure you can. Look, I know it's bright, but it's not a long walk. Wait up for me.
I didn't know you had it either. That was really good.